Hello, I'm Dawn Cook-Causey, and I'm an executive coach specializing in leadership development through emotional intelligence. If you're watching this video, chances are you already know how critical leadership development is to your organization. You may have even experienced firsthand the cost of subpar leadership, things like poor collaboration, low morale, maybe mediocre productivity or lack of innovation, high turnover, and that never-ending cycle of recruiting and retraining. Well, have you ever considered exactly how much those issues are costing your organization annually? It's likely a lot more than the investment in an executive coach. So what is your situation? Are you looking to stop the bleeding? Or perhaps just trying to get your team back on track? Or maybe you're one of the lucky ones who simply wants to polish your leaders so they can shine their brightest. Whatever the reason, you're here because you know strong leadership matters and you need an exceptional coach. But how do you know which coach is the right fit for your leaders? The first question to ask yourself is, what do you want the coach to do? Are you looking for someone with industry-specific experience to offer their experiences in the industry and help guide your team? Well, if so, you might actually need a consultant, not a coach. Consultants advise based on their knowledge of the industry. Coaches, on the other hand, we don't need to know your industry. What we need to know is people and how to unlock potential within them. For example, if a leader is struggling to motivate their team, it doesn't matter whether they're a sales VP, a CTO, or a CFO. And it doesn't matter if they're in technology, healthcare, or financial services. What matters is understanding why they're struggling. Two CTOs in different industries might both lack social awareness. Likewise, they could have completely different underlying reasons. It's not about the job. It's about the person. Now, if you're dealing with behavioral issues, for example, a leader who has anger management issues, well, coaching may not be the best solution. That's where HR or even therapy might come into play. Coaching is not therapy. Coaching is forward focused. We explore where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. We look through the windshield, not the rearview mirror. Now, if you need someone to help your leaders navigate challenges like communication breakdowns, lack of trust, that poor collaboration, or even conflict, a talented coach can really help. I helped a regional director overcome his tendency to run off good people because he never empowered them. His region led the company in both revenue and turnover. So his profits were being eaten up by recruiting, onboarding, and retraining. That's a challenge that I see many leaders face. They're so focused on results that they overlook the importance of relationships. That scale is out of balance. I've coached countless brilliant leaders who were experts in their fields, but they failed to leverage their teams. So they were missing out on valuable input, the creativity, the innovation, not to mention being considered a boss hole. I heard that on Shark Tank, and I think it fits so well sometimes. Anyway, I once worked with a challenging executive. He was self-described as a know-it-all, and his technical expertise was unmatched. But his interactions often pissed off his colleagues, and he really stifled his team. But through coaching, he learned to pause, listen, and empathize with others. And you know what the best part was? He applied these skills not only at work, but also at home. And he told me that the way it improved his marriage was worth more to him than a pot of gold. I think that's how he phrased it. That was a special moment and a real testament to the power of coaching. Coaching is also ideal for building skills like assertiveness, executive presence, influencing outcomes, especially for introverted leaders. I remember one very senior leader at a Fortune 500 shipping company who struggled with feeling like she was just not as smart as her peers because they were so quick to speak and they were talking over her all the time. Well, when we helped her understand that an introvert's brain and an extrovert's brain literally work differently, she had a life-changing experience. Her words, life-changing. Now, coaching is equally powerful for high potential leaders that are looking to advance their careers, senior leaders who are looking to get to the executive level. I know I coached a newly promoted CEO of a major banking institution who faced imposter syndrome. And we helped him grow into his role and lead with confidence. Probably his biggest growth area was developing empathy. You would be surprised how often I coach leaders on empathy. It is such an underutilized skill. I like to say that empathy is the difference between compliance and commitment. Let that sink in for a moment. So, what kind of coach are you looking for? Business coaches focus on growth strategies. Life coaches address personal challenges. And executive coaches, like me, help leaders maximize their impact. And while I primarily work with senior leaders, I've also helped business owners grow and supported individuals in navigating personal challenges. And often the breakthroughs that my clients have, they go way beyond their careers, impacting their personal lives as well, just much like the know-it-all that I mentioned. Here's another question. Is a coaching certification important to you? There are coaches who have labeled themselves as coaches because they've succeeded in their business areas and they want to help others do the same. And there are people who have attended coach training and hung out their shingle as a coach. And there are those of us who have married our leadership experience with a coach training and ICF certification, which means that we've been trained to maintain a certain standard of coaching and ethics. Now, there's value in all of these types of coaches. You just have to decide what best fits your needs. Which leads me to my ideal coaching relationships and why I coach the way I do. Now, if this resonates with you, we will be a great fit. If you've ever seen one of my LinkedIn posts or seen any of my other videos, you'll hear me say, it's your choice, make it count. Well, here's why I've made that my motto. In addition to my 2 coaching certifications over the last 20 years, I've accumulated 5 certifications in emotional intelligence. Well, when you study emotional intelligence, you study neuroscience because emotions actually originate from the brain. And what I've learned is that all of our choices are rooted in emotion. And often that emotion is fear. But that's another video. Additionally, research shows that we make thousands of choices every day, from what to eat to what to say to how to react. Well, if our emotions are driving our choices and our choices drive our behavior, which drives our performance, wouldn't it be wise to understand and manage our emotions? Got to get to the root cause. That's the only way we're going to get lasting change. That's why my coaching goes deeper than tactics. I help uncover the reasons behind the behaviors. For example, if delegating is a struggle, well, I could coach you on multiple ways to delegate, but that's surface coaching or tactical coaching, you might say. Until we cover the real reason you aren't delegating, which could be perfectionism, control, fear of failure, all the tactics in the world won't help. We have to get to the root cause. Now, one thing I won't ever do is judge a client. It is not my place to put my values on you. It's my job to help you navigate your own values in a way that enables you to shine your brightest. Now, I admit I'm a bit of a neuroscience geek, and I will jump at the chance to help you understand your brain if I think it will help you make better choices. And I tend to combine my intuition with my analytical brain in order to determine what's the next best question I should be asking you. But as a coach, I am adaptable. I mean, whether you need encouragement or direct feedback, structure or flexibility, my approach is tailored to your needs. The only non-negotiable? Honesty with yourself and with me. Without it, we will not succeed. And I really hate to fail, don't you? I love being a thought partner, someone to challenge you, to stretch you, make you think about things differently. I know I'm doing something right when you say, that's a really good question. I haven't thought about that because now I know you're digging deeper, and that's where the gold is. That's where the growth is. If this sounds like the kind of experience that you're looking for, connect with me today. Together, we can tackle your leadership challenges and set you on a path to success. It's your choice. Make it count. I'm Dawn Cook Causey. Thank you for listening.